Hey, good morning, kids. It's Mark Miller here. Rory Becker's with me. Rory, how you doing?
I am indeed. I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
We made a really awesome getting started video, my friend.
That's true.
We have not published it yet. Getting started to CodeRush. I watched it and I'm like, that's not bad. We did not stink that video up. So I feel
Cool.
pretty good about that. I'm just bringing my monitor a little closer here. Let me adjust my camera. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm doing pretty well. Played Dungeons and Dragons over the weekend.
Uh-huh.
And during the game, we got a new character named.
Surly Dad is in the house.
Like that. He's like, I don't want to see your big fat face, Mark. Let's make it smaller.
Let's cover that. Yeah.
Oh, Mark is quiet. Hold on, let me fix that. Thanks so much for that. Headset mic is there. Let me bring up desktop audio. Headset mic is quiet. I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Check. That's a little bit better, I think. Yeah, thanks for letting me know about that.
Cool.
Actually, you know what, though? I want to drop this down. Hold on. I'm dropping this one down. Check. And I'm going to bring this one up. I think I made some changes last time. There we go. How does that feel to you guys? It's probably better. Surly Deb resubbed. Look at that. He's on a 2-month streak. Surly Deb. Copper Beardy says hello. Welcome, Copper Beardy. You're on my list. I got to make one for you. I haven't made a fanfare for you yet. Roy sounds good, according to Surly Deb. Thanks for all of that. Pumpkin alert. Roy says testing. Did you say testing?
I didn't say testing. Should I say testing?
There you go. All right. Legend Mood, looking at the episode title and getting excited. Sounds like you might have figured it out over the weekend. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're excited. I was thinking, oh, geez, boring stuff today. Who knows? I'm going to check in some code. I haven't done that yet. I've got my check-in over here. Yeah, I kind of got close. In fact, actually, it was like I was doing so much, following so many wrong steps, and it was so complex. And finally, I started taking stuff away. And as I started taking stuff away and got it simple, I got closer, and then I got it working. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Where is it? Let's see if we can find that. Mr. Announcer Bot. It should be out in this space over here. Oh, so I created a class called Twitch Stream Data because, it was bringing back a bunch of this stuff. We were deserializing from JSON. I did this over, so I basically took all the properties, what their types were, created a class. It's just a DTO, but it's in C#, so I can, use it and get access to data. I created a class called Live Stream Data as well because I was just looking at what was returned. By the way, I just want to say this water bottle brought to you by my kids. What excellent kids. Thank you so much.
Awesome kids. Well done, kids.
Well done. Like, just wait.
The minions have been appropriately conditioned.
Yeah, what's going on over there, Surly Deb? My Wenchie is over from Germany. Her and the kids want to buy stationery. I am too lazy to have them come to me. Oh, the kids? Are we talking about kids or something else?
He's going to a local supermarket, I think.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right, excellent. C# Fritz, I talked to him over in Skype, and I said, hey, you stopped by the show today. You're going to see your brand new fanfare, by the way. So Jeff Fritz's fanfare, I think, is done, and I think it's fitting. So if he shows up and says hi, if I've done everything correctly, it'll take over and grace us with the fanfare's presence. So, all right, so check it out. I did this. So basically the first thing that you give back is this live stream data, which is basically some data and something called pagination. I have no clue what this is. I don't really care. Don't care.
Can't entirely see that anyway because the chat's in play.
Oh, thank you so much. That's why, Rory, you're so awesome. And hold on a second. Really, it's coming down here. Let's bring it up there. Here's what we're talking about.
Wow, that is a bit, some nice encryption-y thing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Basically,
Pagination should literally be paging information, i.e. what page of some kind of information are you on,
Yeah.
what is next, what is previous.
Yeah.
That doesn't really match what I'd expect.
Yeah, so this is basically, I copied to the clipboard what came back from it, and then based on that, I said, well, okay, I've got data and pagination, so here's my data and pagination. My data is a list of Twitch stream data. That's what I infer by the brackets here, right? It's an array, and it's of this section right here. So that's what I got, and so it's that plus, let's go find the code. I also did some other work this morning on sending emails because I was like, geez, if I got to send emails here, we're going to be in trouble. So here we go, mark CodeRush issue. I think we should just look at the code and look at this, and let's go look at the code because we'll see its syntax highlighted. But basically, this is the key is here. Let's turn off the breakpoints too, so we can more clearly see the code. It's really not as hard as like everything was telling me, I guess, is kind of where we were. And even though I was doing everything that felt absolutely correct, the error messages were frustratingly not clear in terms of, at least for me, telling me what I needed to do.
Sure.
So basically, it kind of goes like this. I added this CodeRush bot API client ID. So this is one of my secret pieces out here to the default request header. So that's part of my authentication. That's the piece that we were struggling to try to figure out how to do. Then I call just client.get async on that to basically do my login. And if I do that and I'm streaming live, in fact, let's set a breakpoint here and let's send out a CodeRush issue command like this and see if we get my breakpoint. Well, it looks like I did not get my breakpoint. That's surprising. Let's try it again. Because, in definition of insanity and all. One more time. No. Hold on. Let's do breakpoint here. Not even a message received. Really. I'm feeling like I got to do a restart. Let's just scroll back up here, see if we have any error messages. Looks like we connected. Yeah, I don't get it. But I'm imagining a restart will fix it. What else can I do here?
Remove mentions his intro did not work after SurlyDev came in, and he was not trying to be quiet. So perhaps things just died the moment SurlyDev was leaving. Don't know.
All right, well, let's restart. I'm going to do a restart of this. It's like I don't quite understand how to debug this, where to go and look. If I do a restart, though, I feel like historically that solves our problems. Here comes the start. Oh, when we start, we're going to change pages. And when change pages, you're going to see Fred. I think you see Fred right about now. That's Fred. So we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. If you guys are Dungeons and Dragons fans, you might like this. I encountered the deck of, I think, all things, the deck of frightening things. I don't know, the deck of things last night. It's not generally a deck of cards. It has, it's not a good deck generally. It's got a lot of, character altering consequences inside of it. It's got a few good things in it. And I approached the dealer, and he's like, I'll let your friend there only take one card, but you've got to take two. And I'm like, okay. I think, by the way, the DM might have it out for me. So he doesn't like my, whatever, the way I play, my style of crazy play. So so I got to draw two cards. And I'm a little nervous because I know that I don't know it's the deck of things yet, but I have a sense that it's not going to be good. So my first card I draw gives me, I think the Vizier, and it gets me the ability to meditate and get a truthful answer to any question at all at any time in the future when I use it. So if there's a puzzle or something along those lines, I can get the wisdom and the knowledge needed. I'm like, hey, that was a good card. Cool.
Pretty useful.
The next card I grab is the Fool. And the Fool says, I think, draw 2 more cards. And I'm like, and I dropped like 10,000 experience points. Okay. Then the next card I draw is the Joker, which says gain 10,000 experience points and draw 2 more cards. So now I've got 3 more cards I got to draw out of this thing, right? I've gotten 1 good one, and now I've got to draw 3 more. Next card I draw is the Moon card, which is you can make a wish. You can essentially cast a 9th level spell, and I'm a 4th level wizard right now. So it's incredibly powerful. You can essentially alter the fabric of reality. And I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. Then my second card after that is Fred. Fred appears, and I essentially control him. This is Fred. Now he's voiced by the Dungeon Master, so he's not going to say anything here, but he's not very smart. But he's pretty powerful. He's a 4th level fighter, and he's here to help us out. So that's Fred.
At this point, I'd be wondering whether you don't use your wish to prevent the need to take any more cards.
You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Yeah, you cannot use. There's some things the wish cannot do. The Dungeon Master has discretion. Like I say, the Dungeon Master, I think he hates me, which could make for a fun show. I don't know. So, look, we're at a breakpoint right here, guys. Let me clear that breakpoint and run it, so we at least have everything kind of running here. We're not at this massive breakpoint. So, so Fred's here. And then I draw my last card, and it's a bad card, and it's basically a demon decides to make me his mortal enemy and will now torment me for the rest of my life, causing all kinds of problems. And he did in yesterday's show. Again, I think the DM might have it out for me, the Dungeon Master.
I wonder if these cards were rigged in some fashion.
They were not, because the Dungeon Master afterwards was very angry about how I got the good cards. I got 3 out of 4 cards. Out of 6 cards, I got essentially, 3 good cards, 2 neutrals, and effectively neutrals, and only 1 bad card. He was stunned. Right, yeah. And our fighter, Ava, she got a good card too. She got to bump up one of her. So it was like stunning in terms of how we because some of them are like, your body now goes to another plane, and you're now incapacitated permanently until somebody finds you. Right, so it's essentially there's that. There's death. There's like a spirit will come to try to kill you, and if anybody tries to help you, other spirits will come to kill them as well. So you have to defeat them all by yourself. It's like
it's a real happy fun deck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, and if you die, you cannot be resurrected. It's all kinds of things like that. So when you go to use the good cards, the demon will somehow interfere, says Copperbeardy. Yeah. Legendary Moo is asking, is Fred a Saurian? Fred is a lizard folk, is who Fred is. And I know lizard folk have a slightly different look, but when I created Fred, I made him, I gave him this kind of goofier look. I thought it would be funnier. By the way, when we do initialize the data, you'll see our name tags come up, I think, if this is all working correctly. No. I think I need a refresh. Is that right? Let's see if we can, what is it? The dragon front overlay. Let's try a refresh on that and see if refreshing that front overlay will, and then if I initialize player data, sometimes it feels like we got to get a signal R disconnect. There we go. There's Fred. Fred's got his name tag. And when we enter combat, you'll see his hit points. Fred's got 40, and we exit combat, we go back to there. So this is the name tags we built before. All right, so
Don't you normally have 4 players? At which point, how does Fred sit in amongst 4?
Well, that's what I've got to work on. That's actually a tricky problem, and I haven't quite figured out entirely how to solve that. Because here, let me show you what's going on here behind the scenes.
Looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, let me show you this right here. So these are all of the different scenes that we have for this show. Whenever Guy says something, that's an answer guy right there. That's one of his scenes. Here's C# Fritz's scene right there. So if he shows up, we expect to see that play. And here's my player 1, 2, 3, and 4 for a 4-player game.
Yeah, okay. Put them in the foreground for each individual.
Yeah, the problem is that so each one of these, I've got these NDI sources for the different people who are on the Skype call, but these have got to be moved and shifted depending on who's playing the game. And I'm actually starting to build it now so that we can have, one out of, or we can have 3, 4, or 5 players out of a group of 8. And so it's a little mind-boggling how I'm going to get this all to work. But I think what I suspect we'll be able to do is we'll be able to go into OBS and grab the scene and then grab the sources for the scene and then modify source properties for the scene. In other words, shift me to left or right. That's
actually a dynamics controlled scene, one that isn't pre-set up.
Right. Well, that is my running theory, that the API will allow this. I've not researched this at all, but that's a way I can solve this. So I would have only one player scene. I'd have only one scene here. Because one of the things that happens between player 1, 2, 3, and 4, that represents what turn they're at. And so when it's Fred's turn, he's up in front. Let's see if we can do this. Can we switch these and see them? Nope, we're not seeing those either. Let me refresh the scroll overlay. Super loving that change we made that gives us that fast, here's the initialized data, that fast refresh. There we go. So when it's Lady's turn, she's up in front. When it's my turn, I'm in front. So what that means is my shoulders are overlap everybody else's shoulders. So if we get it really compact, our heads are still visible, but our shoulders indicate whose turn it is. So that's kind of what's going on there. So yeah, Fred is like our new guy, and I'm super happy about Fred. All right. So, all right. So that's Fred. Let's go back. So let's go back to where we are. So that's happened. That's my kind of getting off track here a little bit. Let's get back over to the code. We'll lose Fred for now. Let's also take our front overlay, and we'll lose that as well. The dragon front overlay. Boom. I'm going to get rid of that. I think I'm going to get rid of it on this main page, but not the others. The other pages will maybe load it up, and we'll see what happens. Should I do that or no? No, we'll go back and load it now that I think about it. That'll load the clock. So one of the other things I'm going to have to do, Rory, is I'm going to have to make the clock smaller. That clock is taking up too much room. I'm a little worried about the readability of the text underneath it.
Yeah.
But we'll have to solve that because right now the width of that kind of placard handles the biggest date we know of, and so that's kind of what I'm doing there. I might be able to decrease font size. I totally could do that to get it to fit, but I'm worried about dropping the font size lower than that, and so
you might be able to move it onto multiple lines, add a bit of height to reduce width. That's
a really good idea, Rory. That's like brilliant, and yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. That's a great idea. I'm going to do that. Let's see here. Did I forget to start up my super chat message watching app? Okay, I've got that. All right. So now here's what I want to do. I want to be able. So you left us, Rory, in the middle of brilliance. You left us when we solved like the reload problem. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think you might want to rethink your priorities, buddy, and just spend the night at your office there. Let's see. Whoa, drone's not working. Yeah, let's do a refresh of the drone game. Oh, yeah, because I restarted. Is that why? That's why everything is slightly disconnected. Is that true? Is there anything I need to refresh? The dice. Yeah. So now try drone. See if drone works now for you.
It's just occurred to me.
Well.
You were saying that there was the potential of the API to allow you to modify the elements of a scene on the fly. Maybe their location, maybe they're in fact being there or not. You could do something potentially like having the chat window only appear if there has been a recent chat, and sort of have it disappear otherwise. Or alternatively, do you know how sometimes it blocks what you're looking at?
Yeah.
You could maybe add the ability to chase the chat window away from an area that you wanted to look at. So you want to focus attention on the stream at where the chat window is. So you move your mouse over there, and as a result, it flips to another location.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that.
Don't know how well that would work, but it has all kinds of interesting opportunities.
I also have a no chat. I'm not sure if this is going to destroy the drones or not. I think it won't. But I have this view. Oh yeah, it did destroy the drones. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to reload everything. But I have this view as well, Rory, which I built just in case for that scenario. All right, we're reloading. Sorry about that. AJ 2017, who is in mid-flight. Really, I seemingly am trying to make it hard for you to fly. So here's what we were doing that was super cool. when you left, right? We were talking about, sending CodeRush issues. Rory marked the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do this every time, right? What if there was a way that we could kind of wrestle control of the world and mark the CodeRush issue automatically? So you didn't have to do anything. Oh, yeah, that would be really nice. You would probably stay and help me work on that instead of leaving, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Rory?
It's possible, yeah.
All right, so that's what we're working on today. So here's what I have. Here's what I wrote between yesterday, last show, and today. I figured out this, which got us the response. And I'm deserializing it here into live stream data. Then I'm checking to make sure data count is greater than 0, because if data count is empty, that means I'm not streaming live. And then I'm right now sending an email out, right? I already sent a not yet streaming live email this morning, which means this is highly likely to work, but it's untested. Okay? And then, so that's kind of where we are at this point. The email code is right down here. Okay, I've got I put some secret stuff out there because I was like, I don't want to be showing all this stuff out here in this code. So I put it somewhere else where it's not going to be checked in. But basically, I'm getting my from email address. I'm getting who I'm going to send it to. I've got also notice email all devs and your email address here, Rory, as well. We're going to enable these by the end of this when we actually get this thing working. But I don't want to send everything to all devs right now as a test. They're just going to be like, Mark, really? That's what they're going to be like. And we'll be like, yeah, okay, fine. And then we set up my credentials. By the way, so just to let you know, I am sending from a Gmail account. When I first did it with my Gmail password, it didn't work. And then Gmail was like, dude, you need an app password. And I was like, okay. And it didn't take long to get that set up, replaced the password I was using with the app password. And that worked pretty well. So it was very cool. So I did that this morning. All that this morning, sent a message out, got that message. We felt pretty happy about it. Yeah, this is where my breakpoint here with the exception was telling me, okay, I had this was here to let me know that I needed the password. I was not authenticated. And so I had to figure that out. So that's what we've got right now. Let's just do a quick test with getting into here. Okay, I'm going to clear these other breakpoints. And we're going to do a quick test. And here comes my test. Let's see if it works. Breakpoint. Nice. Now let's run it.
Restart works.
Now that I've run it, let's check my email. Nothing yet. There it is. Boom, just came in. And let me open it up, and here's the email I got. So 23 minutes, 0.4 in. Look at that, Rory. How happy are you?
That's the single hardest part of marking the time.
Yes.
Because it's always, I got to look at the clock or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's always, we never start exactly. Sometimes we're early, sometimes we're a little late. And there's always an offset of some kind.
Yes. So that's what we've got. Now, there's a couple things we need to do to make this really useful and good. A couple things on my list. One, I want to zip up all the logs optionally, right? If it's an issue, if it's a feature request, I don't need to do that. But if it's an issue, including the logs would probably be useful.
Yeah.
I want to include a link to all the code, I think. Yeah. And what else do I want to do? Add optional text. So I need some UI, right, to describe what's happening, right? And I want to get a link. Now, last time Legendary Moo helped us, Legendary Moo said, hey, here's the link. How do you get to a link with Twitch? And I think I just missed somebody who followed us. Did I get that? Relevant Jesse. Oh, Relevant Jesse is rating with a party
of 11.
Of 11. Thank you so much, Relevant Jesse.
Welcome, everybody.
And just so you know, whenever Irrelevant Jesse raids us, I don't pay attention. I'm whatever, whoever's there. But because you're here, Relevant Jesse, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm glad for your raid. Roy, you want to tell them what we're doing while I get a sip of water?
Yeah, so Mark's basically just bringing us up to date on an idea. Basically, occasionally, since we are dog fooding CodeRush on this stream, it's particularly useful for us to note down when there are some issues, at what point in the stream they occur, and the difficulty is that this is a very manual job at the moment. So what Mark's trying to do is to make it a command that the Twitch bot that we've got will recognize and package up all of the relevant information for the devs or for himself, depending on what the actual issue might be, whether it be a feature idea or a bug or whatever, so that it'll all just automatically point back at the right point during the stream with the collated logs together if necessary, and ideally with the code that was then part of the issue. So maybe we've got a screenshot going on, maybe we've got an actual point within the repository that we're going to commit, anything like that that will provide greater context for the devs or for Mark or for whoever's analyzing the situation is going to be a big win. Any of that. And of course, to automate all of this through a command that we just issue to the chatbot makes life so much easier.
That's what we're going to do. We're trying to make our life easier, and by submitting and sending all of this information out at once, and make it as automated as possible. Let's see. I'm trying to work that out for another project and might make it a pull request for Mr. AnnouncerBot. That's having the issue, I think, go straight to Azure DevOps. Use that as a starting point. Thanks, Legendary Moo. Super appreciating your assistance. Okay, so we are getting closer. What was also, if you have that handy, Legendary Moo, the link you gave us that gives us the link to where it starts, that would be very, very cool. What else? I think I want to also, I'm going to bring up Notepad and do a little bit of specking here and just kind of talk about what we want to do. We want to zip up log files. We want to get some UI in our console window. I've never done this before. I assume it's as simple as using a UI framework, and I bet we could even do a WPF, which from a console window, which would be very cool. I think I want to try that. So WPF UI in our console for options, for text and options. I think text and options. Like, is it an issue? Is it a bug? That sort of thing. I want to have so I've got a CR issue command right now, but I also want to do a CR issue start command. So what that's going to do is this is going to start, it's going to mark the time, and then when I do a CR issue, it's going to have that start time, which means it's going to have a length between these two. It's going to tell the developers when to start watching and when to end watching. Does that make sense? So I want to have that command. We haven't built that yet. Zip up the log files. Is that it? Yeah, and the text. That's kind of where I think we are. I don't think we're going to have to. I don't think we're going to be able to do really much of this while we're running. We're going to have to shut this down, kind of bring some stuff in, and then start running again. Is what I think we're going to have to do. Here it is, right here. Twitch videos. Oh, how do we get the video number? Is that going to be, hold on, is that in the data that comes back?
I have to imagine that the whole stream URL is probably available.
Let's go look at this. Is there anything in here that game ID? Is that it? That looks like too short compared to what Legendary Moo is using. Legendary Moo's got like 3 more digits than this one.
Yeah. I'd have to imagine
ID.
That's more your stream ID.
I bet it's this one right here. I bet it's this one. So let's see if we can use that. Let's see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll cause problems. Maybe we'll shut down Twitch. Okay, let's see. Let me grab.
So I'm just over typing that, and I'm going to see, does that produce anything? And right, so I tried to use that ID.
Didn't work.
Video ID.
Yeah.
It did not particularly want to do anything. It says, sorry, unless you've got a time machine, that content is unavailable. Of course, it might be that it was a stream, because remember that we only have X days worth of Twitch video, and then we convert over to YouTube.
Yeah, but I think I got this last time. Let's do one more. Okay. Let's just see what's coming in there on the ID. The ID could be the ID of the data too, I suppose, as well. Let's go ahead and ask the question. Let's ask the internet. See, I feel like I'm a game show host. How do I find out my Twitch stream ID? Stream key? No. I don't want the word key. I can tell you your ID. No, I mean of this stream, like of this individual stream is what I'm talking about, Michael Jolly.
So tomorrow's stream ID will be different to this one.
And it's just now occurring to me that we do not have, even though we've started this up, we're not switching. Let's see. Swap the key. Look to get the list of videos. Stream's endpoint will have the ID on it. I want to get it live while I'm running. Sorry, Michael, for being unclear. While I'm running, I want to get the stream ID. Maybe let's add like...
Effectively, we want the bot to reach out and ask the stream,
Helix.
you know, is Mark broadcasting now? And if he is, what is the ID of the stream? The instance that this specific today's stream, what is the ID of that?
Oh, look to get the list of videos. One of the videos in the list will have a different property. Yeah, that's what I do. Okay, so get a list of videos. That's going to be a Twitch API thing, I think. What happens with the share link? swolf2 is asking about the key. I'm not sure what you're talking about, the share link. Are you talking about while I'm actually live broadcasting? I think I know what you're talking about. Let's go take a look at that. The live, is that true? Do I have a share or no? Maybe it's just my channel. Let's go to my channel. I'm on my dashboard now on another monitor. Hold on a sec. Bring up my channel. I think you were talking about a button here, share.
Yep, just behind your head.
Just behind my head. Perfect. Okay, still probably behind my head. Hold on, let's get things up. So here's what
I'm looking at a similar one here. I can't see the content. I mean, this is obviously generated in order to give someone in the moment that information, but we'd still need to get it back from an API of some kind.
Yeah, but I thought that would be interesting. Yeah, it's weird. It's just a live link to you. It's not that particular piece. So if that's what we were asking about, swolf2.
It's kind of more of a link to the channel, isn't it? What's live now on the channel?
It is. Okay, so I guess I was hoping that the Twitch stream data piece here was going to contain that because, geez, I'm just logging in here right here. That's you sure seem it's one of the elements in the stream data. Let's just set a breakpoint here and bring it in here. I just want to maybe we had some bad data from there before. Maybe you're right. Not getting in here, really. I think, do we break it again? Because I think we're not. Yeah. I think it doesn't like when we set a breakpoint. It really doesn't like that sometimes. If we're at a breakpoint for a long time, it's like we lose signal R or we lose the connection to Twitch. Let's shut everything down again. Shutting everything down. Shutting everything down. Let's do... Shut that down. And restart one more time. Hold on. Michael Jolly's helping us out. Color between the stream object only if the stream is live. That stream object will have the current stream's ID. This is Michael Jolly. Legitimate says, oh yeah, that might work better. Okay, let's take a look at that. Bringing up that API reference. Wait. API reference get streams. Why did we not get to get streams?
Just do that.
Let me just search it. It seems like the link was trying to get me there. There we go. Uh-oh.
Legendary is in the house.
Nice. Glad to have you here with us, Legendary Moo. So glad. Didn't know you were here until just now. Did I find to get streams in here? I didn't. No results.
He's in the house.
Here's what we got. Clip object. What API? What's the API call? Yeah, it really feels like it's the VOD. Let's just try that. It's the ID. It feels like if I was writing it.
Michael Jolly is in the house.
And am I seriously have no breakpoint in here now? Let's try again, see if it's going to work. Wait, go to Mr. Paperclip. Swifty Spiffy. There's my breakpoint. All right, one more time. Let's go down here. What do I got here? Here's the data. And let's grab this and stick it in the watch window. Add watch. Maybe I should have done quick watch. Okay. Stream data. ID. Is this the same as the one we had before or no? 3.5. Nope, it's different. Okay, let's run it so we're not in this breakpoint forever. And let's see if we can use it. Twitch.tv /videos /that. Is that all I have to do? Oh, no. Yeah. So that's definitely not the video, the idea of the... Oh, wait. Is it because we're not available yet? Could it be that this is the right value, but we're not available?
Maybe.
Let's save this information for after we stop this stream and try it. I almost think, should I stop the stream? Oh, kids. Look who's here. Wow. Oh, look. Oh, what the? It's C# Fritz is in the house. Look at that, kids. So glad to have you here with us, Jeff. I hope you like that. Yeah, there we go. Gorgeous. Wow, good. He likes it. All right, nice. Yeah, that's me learning how to do 3D and some other kinds of effects as well. But there you go, man. That's you, C# Fritz. Whenever you show up, you're going to trigger our. If everything's running, you're going to trigger the fanfare. I gotta clip that. Yeah, clip that, buddy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I liked it. One of the things I like about doing this, Rory, is I try to, I don't know, use whatever everybody else would call their psychic powers, but I try to channel what the essence of the character and who they are a little bit. And so I play with that a little bit. And so I kind of like for that, the music I chose for Jeff's bit was inspired by kind of the work that I think he does for the community. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's, unlike this show, kids, which is for the most part, Rory and Mark going like that. Jeff is out there like he's the hardest working teacher, that I know personally out there for sure.
He does good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's out there kicking ass. So anyway, I'm sorry, he's kicking butt. Excuse my language here. But yeah, definitely glad to have you out here with us, Jeff. Yes, exactly. Well, there was discussion about tacos, Michael Jolly. Yes, I channeled you and thought tacos. Exactly. Also, tacos with those arms. There was something about that too. Yeah, so that one's super fun. Cool. And, for some reason, I want to bring up Fred, right now, because I really almost feel like this show should be almost more about Fred and there's Fred right there.
Hey, Fred.
Fred's from the Dragon Humper show, the show that hasn't actually gone live yet, but he's one of the characters out there. And Fred is one of the fighters who fights with us. So that's Fred. Fred's going to hang out with us for a little bit till we get rid of him. Okay, so I am suspecting that link may work after we stop streaming. Just maybe. Is it enough digits or not? It's too many, isn't it? It's more than that.
Yeah, I think it is a little more. I
Yeah.
mean, we do have IDs for the videos, even the ones that are going live, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, so maybe that's just me, not working hard enough to find this. Let's go back to the link that, hold on. Search for, all right, we'll do that in the page that I linked. Hold on, Michael's helping us out again. So this is, while we're like talking about Fred, Michael's trying to help us out and get some work done here. So let's see. Not there, not
Just
there.
so you know, the current video that's going out live now has a 9-digit number that is keyed, that presumably we can use to identify it.
Okay. All right, so here we go. This is the same data we're already grabbing. Where's the ID is the question. It's not this. This is what we're pretty sure is not the case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's not it. I'm pretty sure that's not it. That is the data we're grabbing. That's the stream ID. Michael says it is. Well, that's the data I just grabbed when we were at the breakpoint when we were in here. Let's go back to that.
Well, I've got a number here representative of your current live stream, so
Yeah.
we could get that data again and see does that number occur. Let me just paste that
Wait.
along with the URL.
Yeah, you're punching in that number with twitch.tv/videos in front of it, right? To see if you can.
That there is the live episode going out now.
So it's 456-871-579.
At least as far as the web interface is concerned.
All right, that's the number I'm trying to get, Michael. So let's see. Copperbeard says, pirate, more of a giant flower. I like growing tall flowers with Copperbeard. Do you get that? I'm not sure what Copperbeard is saying here.
I'm not sure either, but
Okay.
just in case.
Oh, wait, up above, he's talking to Will Bennett, I think. A pirate with a copper beard. Oh, got it. We're talking
That makes
about.
sense.
Oh, okay. Copperbeard, he wants a tall flower with a copper beard. That's what he's talking about for his fanfare, right? Am I getting that?
Got to be careful.
Yeah,
Ask for a flower, get a forest.
I got flower stuff set up. I'm ready to go with flowers. I'm ready to go. Yeah, it is. All right, so we'll make a note of that. Copper beardy. All right. We'll do that. All right, cool. I can check on my MongoDB versus my VODs to see if they match. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a unique ID that's different from the one used in the URL is the question. Let's maybe try, the live stream. How did you get that number, by the way, Rory?
I'm literally clicking on videos in the main web interface and then clicking on the most recent broadcast, which, as it turns out, is the one currently going on as well, so 147. So I'm at Twitch TV /CodeRushed/video, it's plural.
Okay. I know it's wordy, but let's see what we can get. Oh, this is... Why would you do that? They're just... They bait me with what it looks like is like, wait, somebody asked the exact same question. Oh, no, it's just me. Videos on demand. Yeah, not enough specific information here. Venus flytrap. Will Bennett's asking, what for Copper Beardy? Could do with one of those. Interesting. Yeah, checking now. It's not the same number, says Michael. Yeah, not the same number. My stream ID from the API for Sunday stream was this, but the VOD ID for that stream was that. Yeah. So it's a smaller number. It's 9-digit numbers, what we're looking for, and it's not among this data that's coming back.
Doesn't seem to be, no.
Yeah.
I'm seeing suggestions of APIs that you can call where you embed, so it's not, in this case, API to twitch.tv /kraken/channel/your ID/videos would get you then a JSON link to the list of videos. I think it was suggested earlier in the chat room that maybe one of those would have an attribute on it suggesting it was the live video, and hopefully each one of them would have an ID associated. But I can't find a way to call this API just in the browser. It seems to take exception to that.
Can you give me a link to what you're looking at right now, Rory?
Sure. I think it's actually one of the things you had yourself.
Wait, hold on. Actually, it looks like Legendary Moo's got it as well. Hold on. Legendary Moo says if you make a call to Twitch TV Kraken channels, our channel ID slash videos, and then what's the 336 at the end?
Right,
I don't
saying
get.
that Kraken's been deprecated. Sorry, so he's got a more recent one there saying Helix slash videos. That must be like the server name or something.
Yeah,
That's the code
okay.
name for the API.
All right, so Helix slash videos. Let's try that and see what comes back from that. Let's set a breakpoint in the code here. Let's go for handle user. No, I thought it was handle message. Message. On message received. That's in bot core. Twitch client on message received. Background worker, wrong place. Hold on. One over here. In Mr. Announcer bot. That's where I want to be. Okay, so right here. Let's set a breakpoint here. Just send over a message here so we get the breakpoint. Set a marker there. Let's go create a new command. Let's do a couple things here. Let's add our start command that we wanted to add here. Mark CodeRush issue start. Like that. Let's declare that. No, I just hit page up there, Rory. Note the time. I hit page up from here, and it didn't move. So on the submenu, I want to page up to get to declare method right here. That's what I want to do. All right. Okay, so there's marking the issue start. Then I want to come in and I want to add another. Do I want to add another command or not? Let's do this. Let's pop this here so we just execute that command like that. So now that's loaded up. Let me run and let's maybe clear that breakpoint for a second and think about this. So I've got our issue start command. Let's do this. With our issue start, at least let's do this, pop this here, and we'll just use this as a test piece right now. So we'll say cr issue start. Like that. So we're at a breakpoint. Now let's see if we can see what we can do here. And so now what I want to do, okay, let's do a test get methods, or sorry, get VODs. That. Declare method right there. Like that. And now what I want to do though is I want to call get videos. Oh wait, that's the link right there to get videos. Let's see what that brings up. It's here. I am still at my breakpoint. I'm a little worried that keeping this breakpoint too long is going to cause problems. So I am going to do this for now and just run it. Oh! Brendan's here. And this is in my way. Go! Go! Whoa! Jesus. Dev chatter, kids. Go check out Michael Jolly Show. Check out Dev Chatter. Check out C# Fritz. Check out Relevant Jesse. Holy cow. Thanks for that raid, by the way, this morning. Relevant Jesse. So relevant. Okay, so what do we got here? Where was I? I was in one of these. I thought I was. Nope. Where was I? Let's click the link, bring that up here. Get videos. Here's where we are. What? That was weird.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. It shoots you to the bottom of the page when you change the the sort of dimensions of what's going on. But there's a get videos in that list, which I believe you were.
There it is. That's what's been happening. Oh, so Edge is changing the top lead one. So if I get it on one screen, bring it over here, that's why it's been at the wrong page all these times. Okay, so here's the URL. It's a get call. Okay, so cool. Let's go in and take a look at what we've got here. Let's set a breakpoint here. Come back over here. And there's our breakpoint. And let's bring this up. So I want to copy that one more time. Copy. And this. And now I'm going to do, I wonder if I need to do a user login on that. I might need to do that. So videos and user ID, game ID, ID of the video being queried.
So these are three alternatives to one another. You only need one of them. So if you've got your user ID, then you can use that as the parameter, and it will get you all of the videos for you. I think the game ID is kind of like the channel, because this obviously was set up originally to stream games, but since been taken over and many other things are being streamed. Theoretically, if you can figure out the first or the most recent of those streams, then immediately you've got the video ID, hopefully within that set of data.
All right, so let's try calling that and see what happens here. And let's just add a little bit of code at the end here. If response is not null, then we're going to set a breakpoint right in here. And let's run it and see what happens. What's my problem here? Oh, I didn't add it. Okay, fine. Hold on. Here's where Mark can get around. Watch this, kids. Boom. The breakpoint goes here. I want to add that await during edit and continue. So
Legendary Moo is mentioning, is the query string correct? I'm not sure that is correct, because although it's got a different parameter to the name, it should be user ID. When that does hit.
Thank you.
You've got user login from a previous use.
And I wonder if my user ID is not CodeRush. I think it's something else.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think I've got it somewhere up here. There it is. Right there. Let's see where I use this. That's just using there. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to do it. I don't know. We'll see what happens like that. Hold on.
Okay, so correct URL. It's a get, so that's the only way you can pass the params, which is good. Our payload is supposed to be some JSON with some more data coming back, so that sounds good.
What am I doing here? Why am I not getting the interpolated string?
$.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not. What's wrong here with my code? I don't get that at all. Is it because it's a URL? Is my code right and it's just not formatting it because it's underlining it because it's a linkable thing?
Yeah, maybe. You should be able to tap the next reference through it.
No, I can't. Oh, you mean here?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Look at that.
There you go.
Look at you, brilliant. You brilliant assistant. All right. So now I'm going to set a breakpoint here, run, and do I get the breakpoint? Oh, I got it. Nice. What do I get for my response? Come on. You're not giving me a response. You're not going to show me anything? Unable to evaluate. Fine. All right. I think I got to work harder to do it. Let's run. Why is that the case? If it's not null, I feel like that code should be enough to get it to me. Let's try one more time to get in there. Why isn't that code? Did I add that? Maybe I added that during edit continue, and that's why we're here. Can I get it now? Nope. Hovering over it, nothing's happening. Quick watch, I bet it's still going to give me the same error. Unable to evaluate this expression.
No fair.
Yeah, that's making it harder to do this. Okay, continuing to run.
And I mean, by passing through the await, we should actually have our response. It should have arrived back by now. It's not that we're still waiting on it in any sense, is it?
Yeah, I'm not happy about that. Let's set another breakpoint. I'm going to mess with this. I'm not sure I got an answer coming to this. Ooh, I didn't get. Oh wait, was I already at a breakpoint and I didn't hit run? I didn't hit run. Okay, and there's my second one coming in. Sorry about that. I don't know.
Okay, so it's definitely HTTPS, it's API Twitch TV, it's Helix, it's videos, and we are, sure enough, user underscore ID.
I can't even
is
get
valid.
this one. Unable to evaluate. Debugger is like saying no. I don't want to help you right now. Is what the debugger's saying. I bet when that happens, I bet debug visualizer is also not going to work. Let's turn it on for a second and let's try one more time. Can you create a function and pass it as a parameter? I think I can, Will, but I'm not sure I think we're in a problem that I've got to either restart Visual Studio or restart the debug session. I think it's the second one. Let me try one more time just to get in here. Coming down in here, can I look at it now? Quick watch. Unable to evaluate. Yeah, let's create something. I don't know if I can do anything here or now because I've got an await statement inside this code and it's the active statement. Let's run one more time and then we'll do another breakpoint. The comments showed up in a different order? Says Will. Wait, create a function
I
passes.
believe that's the chat room, so people, he commented at one point and then it showed up somewhere slightly different.
Oh, I see. Okay. So if this is the case here, let's say test response, we could do this. Test response, or maybe just do this, console log, console write line, I think. The response to string. See what happens there. Now run.
Old school debugging.
Although I didn't see this breakpoint getting hit. Let's see. Did I miss it or not? Whoa, we got it. Look at that.
There we go.
Status was okay. All right, that's good. But the data doesn't look like, I'm not seeing.
So that's just whatever the two-string representation would be, which in this case seems to be mostly just headers.
Oh, of course.
Does the content necessarily come back as a part of that?
Yeah, you're right. The content is content type. So that's going to be in where's the content, though. I don't see the content.
What properties do we have on response normally?
I don't know. Let's see what we got. Content.
HTTP content. There we go.
Let's send the content out next
So
time.
right line the content as well.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll set another breakpoint one more time.
I feel we're
Brendan-
very close to some success.
Brendan says you need the content. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Like that. Clear that, run it. What do we got now? So it's just, I think, sending out the class name. So not, I guess, really helpful at this point. What's inside content? That's the HTTP content. What's our killer information in there? Maybe
There's
do a
some
call to like
weird.
read as string async. Let's do that. Let's go get that content.read as string async. Let's see. I just want to use tab to next reference. Yeah, look at that. I'm doing that whole thing there. Let's get this far at least. All right, one more time. Sending it in. Response body. And what I almost, is this going to be a you can't do this? Really?
Yeah, it's like, we see what you're doing, Mark. No.
Can I do it there?
Can't.
Look at that. Oh, no, it doesn't want me to do it there either. Really? You're going to make me restart? Fine. Restarting? Am I restarting? I'm restarting. That's what it looks like I'm doing. All right. That, set a breakpoint here. Clear this breakpoint. And kill every instance of Chrome that's out there. Start. One more time. Fanfares have been reset. The await keyword actually does some serious stuff behind the scenes. I have that sense, but I added the other await. It just doesn't like this one. I'm fighting edit and continues limitations sometimes. That's like, this show could also sometimes be called Mark versus edit and continue. All right, fanfares have been reset. If you want to say anything and you don't want your fanfare triggered, just precede it by an open square bracket. That's what you want to do. Okay, so let's do this like Legendary Moo just did. Just ran the command through Postman. It needs a client ID.
We have one. It's in the header there at the top.
Oh, yeah, we do have it in the top.
Line
You're right.
1025.
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's do the CRSU start. Copy that to clipboard and paste it in. Will it disable my fanfare? Yeah, it disables, exactly, Brendan. So now your fanfare doesn't come up, and anything after this, you say you're fine. You just need it for the very first time, and that will disable it. So hey, check it out, response body, and look at this. I can now see it. Data.
We have data. Right. And look, the first item in there is CodeRush 147, about midway across the screen there, suggesting that the ID, the 456, hey, do you see that very first number in the tooltip? That's the same number as I get when I'm using the web interface. I think we have something here.
All right, cool. By the way, I'm about to do is a CodeRush template, ... That gives me a multi-line comment. So that's something we don't really talk about a lot. And so you can get that if you want to. Okay, so let's do a search and replace for that and replace it with this. So it's just easier for me to read. Oh, geez, 1,000. Okay.
Yeah, this is going to go back, and I don't know how many of your videos it will have produced data for, but there have been a few.
Yeah, there have been a few. And let's see what we got here. I'm just going to get this so it's a little more human readable here. There's probably a tool I can use to do this way better. There have been a few CodeRush episodes. Yeah, there haven't. Hadn't noticed. Well, of course you haven't noticed because you're hard at work on your stream, dude. Making your stream awesome. Okay. Description, created at. Doesn't this look like the same data we grabbed before? Oh, here, look at this. Look at the URL.
For the data.
Look at the URL right there, buddy.
It's right there. Excellent.
And it's the first one. I bet that's the same one, right? 456871.
That is it. Well, do you see it's right there at the top of the list as well, the ID in this particular case. Same number.
Oh, look at that. Can we rely on it always being the same one?
I think so, but to be honest, let's say it's probably better to use the URL simply because if Twitch ever changed the location at which the videos are placed, we can just grab the URL from this particular attribute, and that is a nice thing to throw into an email, let's say. Sorry,
I meant, can we, the first one in the array, is it always going to be the most recent one?
Oh,
is the question. So like, here's the element ending right there, and then a new one is starting, right? So there's my, so the question is...
Worst case, we would capture the created at of each of them and just sort them, I guess, and then pick the first off the top, but that's possibly more processing than you want to do.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. All right, so do we need to, I think this is different from the data we already created up above.
Yes.
So I think we need to create something that's similar. I think it's different from this Twitch stream data is what I think. Let's double check that. Let's put this in there.
There are a number of optional query string parameters which will allow us to find things that are after or before a certain thing, to find the first, and to change the sort order as well. So there may be ways to force to get the correct set of information.
All right, so I'm going to at the very least come in here and do this. We're going to come in here and we're going to create a class for this piece right here. So ID is there. Then we're going to have user underscore ID like that, and then user name like that, and then title like that, and description. I'm using CodeRush's duplicate line here. Created underscore at like that. Published. What are you laughing about, Rory?
I'm just reading the chat. Brendan says, I could really use a Rory on my stream. Did you make your own?
No, but I got a Fred. That's the Fred right there. Fred is on the stream there. All right, so published at URL. That's the one we want. But I guess we could also check the created at to see if it was matched today, and if it didn't, we could throw an exception or something along those lines. Thumbnail URL, like that. Viewable. View count. Language. Type. What else do we got down there? And duration. All those are strings, right? All the way. Oh, view count is a number. And the last one is duration, like that. Okay.
Duration is an interesting one, because if you are getting the duration of something that is currently running, then that must be not just the duration so far, but actually the point at which you're looking to capture.
Yeah, well, kind of, except for I'm getting it from another call already. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Super interesting. Okay, let's just double check these. ID, username, title, description, created at, published at, URL, thumbnail URL, viewable, view count, language, type, and duration. Okay, good. Now we can kill that. There's our live show data. And then let's go back. Are we still at a breakpoint? Oh, this is so irresponsible of me. All right, so then we've got, let's see, we've got data, and what's at the end of this thing? And pagination is showing up again. Anything else, or is this more data? That's more data. Okay.
So, Mark, I'm seeing some chat in the chat room there about what sounds like a built-in facility. Jason asking
Hold on. I cheated you something like Jason did C# to auto-converts as Copperbeardy. Yeah, I did not do that. That was me failing at that, using that. What did you say, Rory? Say that again?
It was much the same thing. There's a suggestion that there's actually an edit paste special, and it'll make JSON as classes. So perhaps the creation of the structure you're giving just based on JSON being on the clipboard.
Oh, perfect. That's awesome. Let's try that out, shall we? No, actually, let's not. Hold on, because I got to undo all the way I changed this. I don't think we're quite at JSON. I'm not sure if I am or not. If simply just replacing, because I replaced all the slash quotes with quotes. I'm going to kind of continue on this. But so now I've got data and pagination here. Data is an array of those things. So it's actually very similar to this.
I think the slashes you got were an
this
artifact of you viewing it as through the C# editor.
Right, pasting
So
it in.
it's not actually part of the JSON.
Yeah. So here's my live stream data piece here. It looks like I need to make another one that's very similar that has the pagination, but it's of the other. Or make it a, I wonder if I can make this a generic class. That would be awesome. Of this, of T. I think I can do that. I haven't done that a lot, but I have to do that. Codeman Codes is here. Been lurking since the beginning of the stream, but now just able to say hi. Codeman Codes, welcome back. Glad to have you back. JavaScript Gold, what a great name. Holy cow. What format are you using? I'm not sure what the reference to format is that we're talking about on this. Let's see. Did not know. Going to the T20 tomorrow. Want it nice, but not too hot. T20. What's T20, Rory? You know that?
Not sure. No, that one's escaping me.
I don't know what that is either. Cool. Codebase Alpha says, boy, is it hot. Interesting. It's hot here, too. I get always hot here. I'm in Costa Rica, kids. Keep cool in the UK. Been hot in the US as well. Spent the weekend in the pool. Yeah, that's all I'm doing in Costa Rica is I got air conditioning right there at arm's reach away. So cooling me off here. All right, so I think what I want to do is I'm going to kill everything. Sorry kids, we're put the burden on you here, but I'm pretty sure I can't make this during edit and continue. Edit and continue is going to be like, no. Like that, and I think I can do this. Is this all I need to do? I forget. Like that. And is that going to work? And then live stream data, let's go find it. And then we're going to do live stream data of that and of that. I think that's going to be working. I think that's all I need to do. Really super cool if that's the case. Everyone remember to use the open brackets as we come in. I should also have a command. We should make this smarter where it doesn't redo the stuff. I can also abort and interrupt these if we want to. Let's see. So trying to kind of get back to where I was in here. So now I want to do something along these lines here, right down here. I want to say, hey, instead of saying switch stream data, I want to grab the other piece, the live show data that I just grabbed, like that. And we'll call it live show data, like this. And then we're going to say, hey, if the live show data is not null, we're going to set a breakpoint in there. That's what we're going to do. Let's get it started up here. Here it comes. So everybody remember, if you're going to put any posts out there and you don't want to trigger your fanfare again, start it with that open bracket, the open square bracket. Just like one of those. That's what you need to do. Just type 12 divided by 0, and it'll throw an exception when it tries to divide by 0. You have a big off switch in the code? Wait, what?
Somewhat lost on that, to be honest.
Zero over cricket, shortest form of cricket. 20. It's
that was the explanation for the T20 event. It's apparently a cricketing event, which is very, very short in order to get, I don't know, a lot of cricket done in a short space of time.
Oh, off switch for the fanfares. Yes, I agree.
Ah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a config to not do fanfares. I think it was a, do I have a fanfare off? Did I add that or not? I don't have a fanfare. Wanted to use a bracket. Nice Codeman codes. Yeah, well, maybe you'll get a fanfare. That could happen one day. All right, so we are running now. Let's set our our CodeRush issue start command in CR issue start, like that. And we're here, and we've got some live show data. Nice. 20 shows. Nice. Nice, and nice.
Everything you could want to know about a single show,
yeah,
other than the content itself.
So now I have the show ID, I think, which is...
literally just ID, about 4 down.
There it is right there. So there's the ID. So that's going to give me my link. That's what I'm looking for right there. So, all right, why don't I do this? I'm going to copy this method because, edit and continue, kids. Let's come down here and run it. And we're going to call this get show ID. And I'm going to cheat on this for now. I'm just going to get that first one. But I'm creating it as its own method so that we can, fix it later. So I'm going to just come in and say if it's not null and live show data.count.
So are we actually getting the ID or are we getting the URL of it? What's our end goal for this piece of information?
I want the ID so that I can create the URL is what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Data. It's data.
But isn't the URL shipping inside this data anyway?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Fine. We'll get it. Data dot count. That's what I'm looking for. It's greater than 0. Then we're going to say, I'll just say return data of 0 dot URL. Look at that. All right, good. So that's going to do that. Otherwise, we're going to say rn to return null. Whoops. I think we got an extra one of these here. There we go. Return null. There. And then we need to come down in here, and we're going to use CodeRush to convert to function. And then we're going to say, wait, what's going on here? What's going on here? Why do I have an underline? You're not telling me. I don't like that. Should be good because we haven't called it yet.
Yeah.
And then what I want to do is back in my So there's my test. I want to go to mark CodeRush issue here, and I want to say show ID, show URL rather. That is equal to await get active show ID. What? Why are you not liking that?
That's because of wait again.
Just, Jesus. You're going to make me really upset here. Hold on a second. Let's go find our fanfares. Let's go turn our fanfares off. Let's go find that. Fanfare. What do I have? Fanfares. Played fanfares. I don't think I got a switch in here yet. Let's add a switch to do that. Also, these are bugging me. Let's move these to another file right now since we're not running, not doing edit and continue. So we're just going to use CodeRush to pop these out to other places. One of the cool things, if you have a bunch of these in a row, you can just hit move type to file, hit enter, hit escape to get back. And you're not, even though you're not on the word public, from here you can hit the key, move type to file, and do it again. You pop these all out one at a time, back to back, creating all these files. So you notice over here, we've got now in a project, we've got live show data, live stream data, live viewer data, that sort of thing is all showing up.
Nice.
Fred's liking the show so far, I think. He's pretty happy with it.
He's just so enthusiastic, that guy, isn't he?
He is. I'm really liking Fred. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about you, Fred. Cool. All right. Now I want to create a, now that I've gotten rid of those, I want to come out here and I want to say suppress fanfare, because I think we've seen everybody except for like suppress fanfare. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to say handle suppress fanfare command, I think is what we're going to do. So I put that capital S there so camel case nav could get me close to that lowercase s I wanted to get rid of. So just so I could paste that whole thing in. Let's declare this. And inside there, wait, what? What? Oh, I know what happened. That was, Visual Studio did that. Okay, check it out. Visual Studio said, I thought I was declaring because I was choosing this first one, but this is this problem. We've talked about this before. Visual Studio's got an ordering problem here, and they need to change the order of that. All right, so let's do declare method. Roy, note the time. We're going to send this to Visual Studio
Kind
team.
of presumptive importance, isn't it?
Does Brendan have a fanfare? Yes, he does. His are the dinosaurs. It's awesome. So here we're going to say suppressing fanfare equals true, like that. And now we're going to come down and we're going to go here, hit the CodeRush key, choose declare field, pop that there. And let's go check out where we're doing fanfares. Handle user fanfare. I'm going to say, hey, if suppressing fanfare, then we're getting out, like that. Now that we've done that, let's run one more time. I'm going to give it the suppress fanfare command at the beginning. Oh, I was going to do it. Nope. What do we got? Yeah, I don't, so hold on. Must be task of T, so is this task of string? Is that what this is? I think. I don't do a lot of this code, but I think that's it. Let's see what happens now. Doesn't know where task is. Let's do that. And now let's see if that solves that problem.
I love this comment. Copperbeardy in the chat room says, Fred should change color for chat sentiment. That's almost like a mood lizard, right?
Yeah. Well, check. So
shift to green and orange.
So check this out. So speaking of which, in Dungeons and Dragons, one of the things that can happen to me specifically is there's a wild magic roll I do, and one of the options is I got a 1 in 50 chance of turning blue when I make that roll. And so I created this shade of blue effect filter for me. My presumption is through the API, I'll be able to come in, find the filter on me, and activate it like this to make me turn blue. So that's what I'm hoping to be able to find to do, and which means we could theoretically, if the API was robust enough, change the hue shift in here, right?
Bennett is in the house.
Hold on. Suppress fanfare. I think that just worked. Let's see if suppress fanfare worked now, and we're. I didn't do any testing of that, but I think if the code is correct and that what I just typed in is correct, that's good. So get active show ID is now here. Show URL is here. Can I do edit and continue here? I might have problems because the awaits, but I'm past the awaits. Would it be gentle and kind to me? Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to trigger the CodeRush issue. Let's see what the show URL is. Nice. That's looking sweet. I like that. And then what I think I want to do is I want to say show URL. Let's put this whole thing inside of an interpolated string here. So we're going to say show URL like this. Yeah, I need the time. I'm getting it right now is what I'm doing. There, show URL, that, and then followed by, what is it again? It is, I forget the link that gives me the time on that.
We had one earlier.
Is it time equals or something? Yeah, I don't remember what that is.
T equals appears to be.
T equals, thanks so much. And then here we want, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, total minutes running, clear our breakpoints so we can
repaste that from earlier.
And I just want to show this, kids, this is CodeRush's format assistant. So if I'm right here and I put a colon in, CodeRush's format comes up in here. And so I can choose, for example, F1 is going to give me the number of digits on this. And so I can do maybe something like that. And, and then let's hit run and see if we can run without an error. Hey, it gave us a run. That means I am likely to have an email coming in here. Just came in. Sweet. And look at this right there. T is equal to 81.1. Shall we follow the link? Dare we do it and hear me talk about it?
Rabbit hole we do.
We're following the link. Here's what happens. Let's see what happens. Here it is loading.
It did not jump to where it needed to.
Is it that? Do I have to remove this? Is it this? Will that work with the 81?
I think, well, the one I've seen here is 1H1M11S, so it's giving an hours, minutes, and seconds specification.
Shoot.
So that is,
all right.
Maybe you just suffix that with an M.
Got some work to do. Ooh, let's try that. So it's suffix, is that right?
Yeah, I don't know if you necessarily need the hours, minutes, and seconds components, though.
Look at that.
Oh, that did something. Yeah.
Mark it.
So it's coming up in minutes. That would have seemed to be pretty accurate.
Sweet. URL is
nice.
All right, so let's go back and you gotta go. You gotta go, Roy. That's okay. We're gonna do some cool stuff. Cool stuff happening right now. Yeah.
Cool, successful stuff is when I leave.
That's right, buddy.
All right, man, have a good time. I will catch you tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much. Awesome. See you, buddy. That was awesome. Thanks so much to Rory for showing up in here.
He's awesome.
He is awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. Okay, so that was super flippin' cool. I want to see if the a refresh here with 81.2 gets us to, it did not work. Okay, so we have to find our seconds and figure that out is what we need to do. So let's do, but the minutes, total minutes works, but I wonder if we could get total seconds. Let's just do some math here for a second. Say 81.2 times 60. Mark, look at the live stream data object. Okay, I'll look at that right now. That's over. Oh, look at this. I got live show data. Look at this. Oh, because it's a interesting what CodeRush did, because it's an OT kind of class there. All right. So live stream data object. There's a time property that has it in the correct format. Wait, it is maybe live show data is what you're talking about, I think. The duration property is here. You're saying the data I think you're back with, is that right? The sample data has already got it in that format, duration. Debug it is what he's saying. Okay, I can do that. All right, so let's do that. Let's go back to Mr. AnnouncerBot. Set a breakpoint here. You're talking about right in this space right here is what we're talking about, I think. Data comes back in the right format for the URL. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at that. Type in CR issue. Here it comes in there, and we're looking at this. Let's quick watch it. And duration. Sweet. Look at that. Look at that, kids.
Bill Bennett rocks.
I don't know if you know this or not, but Will Bennett is like our guardian angel right there. So that means our URL now is going to be this plus t equals plus the duration. Let's do a couple things in here. Is it going to be mad at me because I'm making all kinds of changes here? What's heading continue going to do? Let's see if heading continue is going to be okay or not. Okay, show data. Yeah, I have to earn my awesomeness every day. Well, every day we make you do this. So we're going to say change this to show data, like that, and then we're going to say plus show data dot duration, and I think we got it. We got it nailed right here. Get after show ID. We want to rename this. We'll save that for afterwards. Rename to get active URL. Show URL at current time. Something like that is what we want to do. So that means now we just need this for that point, right? The other thing we need, we don't need total minutes anymore. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, we've kind of just solved that problem using something else. And then let's see if we can get out of here without it continue. Object web reference not set to an instance of an object. I think that's because of my edit and continue work right there. I think, am I out? Is it killing me or not? It looks like it's maybe I'm still good. Let's set a breakpoint here. There was something else I was going to do, and I'm not remembering what it is. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. All right, we'll set that breakpoint there. Let's do issue start. Like this. Send that command out. Do I have a breakpoint? I do not have a breakpoint. Are we dead? Oh, yeah, we're dead. All right, fine. So let's go ahead and kill this. Let's do that rename. Active show, active point, show point, meaning time and space, I guess, like that. So we'll do that. CodeRush issue start. We're going to get rid of test VODs. We don't need this anymore. That's gone. Yeah, thanks, Will. That I love that spotting, finding the duration. That saves us some time. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to say start time equals get active show point URL, like that. He'll get it right eventually, says Legendary Moo. Wait, Will Bennett says you're confusing me. He helped you with the URL? Hold on. What? Oh my God, you're so right. You know why I confused you? Is because you said Mark right afterwards with the upward pointing, and Legendary's Moo's color is not far from yours. My apologies for that. Legendary Moo is the one who is awesome. Thank you so much, Legendary Moo. Sorry about that, kids. Yeah, eventually I'll get it. As I'm reading backwards in there. Guys, you're like so good helping me out like this. I really appreciate this. All right, so start time. We're going to do a couple things here. We're going to say start time URL like this. I'm going to call it start time URL. Let's declare that as a field like this. Good. Really? As a string? No, I'm going to say I want that to just be a string. Like that. Let's go back. Let's await that. Okay, so now our start time URL is that. And is this because I need to do this async? Yes, it is. Okay, so start time URL is there. And then I also want to do issue start time. Is equal to DTN, which is a CodeRush template for date time now. Legendary Moose is going to get on my saucer and start blasting. Will Bennett says, Sokoth, his eyes open. What is Sokoth a reference to? What is that? All right, let's declare this. Field as well. There's my issue start time, so I can just calculate the total duration. Start time URL is that. And now I want to jump back into where we were before, which is right here. And I want to say, hey, if start time URL is not null, then we're going to do some stuff in here. We're going to calculate total time. And so we're going to say, what do we got? That was me. Never mind. I thought it was you guys. That was me. I bumped the thing with my hand. All right. And start time URL is that. And that means we can do something like DTN again. Now minus start time. What did I call that? Issue start time. Like that. And then put a semicolon there and then hit the CodeRush key and say declare local. Like that. So it gives me my time span. And now I want to say duration, something like maybe like duration Star Trek. It's a Star Trek reference. Darmok and Jalad, Picard trying to figure out an alien language. Yeah, I've not watched the new Star Trek, not a lot of those episodes. Okay, duration string. Sounds like I'm going to have to maybe open those up. Although there's a new stuff with Picard coming out that looks super interesting too. So time span, I guess, can I do time? I don't know. Time span to string. Minutes is probably better, right? Total minutes. Dot to string. I don't know, something like that. Adron Hall is out there. Hey, Adron. Thanks to have you with. Nice to have you with us. That. Glad to be here. Lost in the code. Lost in our code? Like good lost or bad lost or lost in your code? This is where LinkPad comes in handy. You could try this out easily in LinkPad. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Will. Both, he says. Both. Adrian is lost in both. We are trying to, getting caught up. We are trying to get the time and a link to the time for the current point in the show so that we can report a CodeRush issue or CodeRush bug or something that we see very easily. So the idea is we're going to send an email out. It's going to have a link so that the developers can click the link and go right out to the issue and watch whatever that is. If we specify a start time as well, then we're going to figure out the duration, and we'll specify that as well right out here. So here in our email there's our show URL, and then we're going to say, then we'll throw a duration string right here, like that. And maybe I'll put this in duration, if I can spell that, and parens like that. And if start time URL is not null, then we do that. And then we also want to set it to null in case there's another issue coming up after that. And then we send that issue out. I don't think I'm going to send this. I'm going to clear that right there because we don't need to send that. And I think we're good. Let's make sure we clear every instance of Visual Studio there. Of Chrome that's running. Start it up. Trying out the time span formatting. Oh. LinkPad helps you with formatting strings. I didn't know that. That is a cool suggestion.
Awesome contribution!
Mr. Announcer Bot is happy about that. All right, so we are running. Are we running here? Looks like we're running. Let's see if we can trigger a CR issue right now. It looks like I have no breakpoints right now, like this. So we'll send it out. And no breakpoint set. Let's check my email. Got a new one coming in. There it is. The link looks good. Let's set it. Let's click the link. A little surreal at this point.
Bennett is in the house.
Boom. Just executed that command. I think that's going to suppress it. Playing in 19 seconds. Oh, because it's got to catch up. It's got to. My time link was, I think, too recent for Twitch, the Twitch engine, to bring it up, and it's got to, cache or something along those lines. Yeah, look at this. It's waiting for time to pass. No, it's starting at the beginning. That doesn't make sense. Point of this is to have people look later. Yeah, you click on it again. All right, let's try it. Yeah, because it looks like yeah, let's do that. It's a good suggestion. That's an excellent suggestion, Legendary Moo. Maybe we should check if suppressed fanfare is the message. Fair question. Yeah, it's still playing in a while. That's weird. I'm not getting it. And then it clears it. It changes the fanfare. It changes the piece. I guess one more time. What's wrong with that? Oh, now look at this. What? Are they? This is weird. Maybe wait till tomorrow and see if it's okay. I wonder if they're like checking for abuse. But look, it's at the right time. And it reset it. Come on. Why would you do this to me? Play. I don't get this at all. Time travel debugging. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on, it feels like. I feel like that's what's going on. Let's change it to 97 minutes. Let's see what happens there. If that gets us something different. Still same result. Still jumps out. Doesn't start playing. And then jumps back to 0. Well, Weird. Suppose I could go out to 137. Well, let me do that. It does not look happy about what it's trying to do. Okay. Well, that part's good. Let's look at throwing in some... I'll do a couple things here. I want to refresh the drone game because we've been using an old cache and its signal R connection's not good. I'm going to refresh the other pieces as well and just go down the list of all the layers I've got here. Scroll overlay, refresh. That gets most of our stuff refreshed. Yeah, interesting. It's not even like, it's not happy about that. I think we're just hitting it too early and it'll all work great later today. Yeah, I think you're right, Legendary Moo. That's my sense. Let's look at, see what we have to do to adding WPF to a console app. Is that too crazy of a question? Nope. There we go. Are you sure you need a console project? Yeah. I don't want to do that, I think. If you try to show a WPF window from a console, you would generate an exception due to differences in threading model. Oh, really? Oh, look at this, though. 25 say yes to this. Add these following references. Select properties to Windows application. Okay, well, that's all right. I'm going to skip that step right there. What are you trying to do? Been getting in the washing in. We are trying to now, at this point, we've got a console app, and I want to show some UI. When I report the issue, I want to pop up the UI, and I want to get user feedback. I want to get my description of the user, of the CodeRush issue we're reporting. So I'm going to put some text in that's going to show up in the email. I want to select an option that says, do I want to include the log files? Do I want to include maybe a link to the tag in GitHub? That sort of thing. So that's kind of where I'm getting at it. That's what I'm trying to do right now. While controlling the console window is not necessary in order to add WPF windows, it can be useful. If you don't need this, skip to 4. I don't think I need that. Yeah, showing it, we don't need to do that at all. 4, as stated in another answer already, you need to add a stat thread on a line before your console's main method. This is required as WPF single-threaded department of environment. To do this, just add a user control to your project. User control, name it main window, what do you like? Right-click the project node in the Solution Explorer, add user control. Okay, cool. Change main window, user control, main window, dot window. Cool. In the main window XAML file, we're going to do all these steps. All right, cool. Let's get some music on here while we write this code. Nice. I love this. Look at this guy. All right, let's do this. We're going to definitely vote this up if all of this works. So step 1, let's add those references there. I got to kill again. So I'm going to kill. And we'll see if the music keeps running or not. If it stops, it might stop. Let's go get to our Mr. Announcer bot right here. And is this going to work? Because this is like this core the .NET Core app, I think, which I'm totally unfamiliar with. Yeah, I'm like not so certain this is going to be working here. Can we do it? Let's see if we can. Browse. If you're running preview 3.0 preview, it should work. How do I tell that out, Codeman Code? So I'm totally not an expert in .NET Core apps and I'm going to assume that you're talking about the target framework, maybe. How else can I get that? Let's do this, maybe. Maybe we want to change this. You should also be running the 2019 preview. I have it installed, but it's another It's in another, it's not what's running now. Now I'm pretty sure we're not, what are we running right now? Are we in the preview? Oh, we are. I started the preview. So, yeah. Sounds like sound just stopped all of a sudden. Okay, so that's not going to work. I think that's not going to work. Let's go back up here. Showing UI from a .NET Core console app. There's the music. I could use the console window to do it, which is probably the easiest, fastest way to do it, I suppose. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to run into a lot of problems here. So let's do that instead. We'll just use the console window to do that. We'll do like some seriously old-fashioned coding here. So total minutes running, live stream data. Let's backtrack this. Total minutes running is there. Time running is here. Live stream data. Do we seriously no longer need this thing that we took for, we sweated over to get? We only need it for time running. So I think we can get rid of all of that, which means, hold on, that means also the response body is here. We can get rid of that. Which means all the way up to here is what we can kill. Code says might be able to create a WF project and reference it in your project. Kind of, except I need to get data and send it back and forth. I'd have to use SignalR to do that. And I'm like, I don't know, where am I exactly in this? Is it the UI more important, or is it just getting the information out quickly? I'm not entirely certain about what I want to do here. So yeah, I'm going to kill all of this. And all right. Just out of curiosity, what happens if I do this now? Has enough time passed? That's it. Just a little bit. And no breakpoint set. Let's check my email. Got a new one coming in. There it is. The link looks good. Let's set it. Let's click the link. A little surreal at this point.
Is in the house.
Yeah, that works. A little, we're in a loop there, kids. If we kept watching, what would happen? We would get in circles. We would get going in circles. An actual time loop was just happening. But I'm going to abort that. Let's go back over here, and we'll figure out the. Yeah. So I've never. It's so funny. It's like I'm about to type in console write line and read line calls like here. So console.writeLine. I got a template for that. CW. Yeah, CodeRushed says doing console is probably the quickest solution. Could always revisit and add a different UI later if needed or wanted. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. I think that the approach I would take based on everything we've talked about so far is I'd create a separate app and I would use SignalR to communicate with it. So I would send it a signal saying, hey, we're requesting data. And when it got the data and sent it back, I would that's when I would finally submit the issue, I think. But for now, let's do console write line, and we're going to say report. Whoops. See my params question? No, I didn't see it well. Why not just add params to the CR issue start command? That's a really clever idea. At the very least, I could get a title in there, right? A subject title. And that may be all I need. That's actually really, really flippin' beautiful. You know why it's beautiful? Because Will Bennett rocks. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. I love that. Let's do that instead. So, mark the CodeRush issue. Let's come in here, add parameter, and that's going to be the title, the text, the title, like that. And here, is it in an OBJ? Is there parameters? There's not. Wait, is it in command? Dot parameters, arguments as string. Sweet. So theoretically, we could even say whether it's a feature or not, but I think I can put all of that in the title. The only question, though, is what about adding on the log files? I would have to encode that. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Drone's not working because we're not running. Hold on, we'll get the drones going here in a sec. I think we are. I think we're about ready to start. Title is here. Email. CodeRush issue is. Can I do those in there? I bet I can. Looks like I totally can. All right. So let's try something like that. That feels good. Start it. You can parse the same as you do the drone commands. I don't remember how I'm doing that. I need to go take a look at that. I don't think I'm doing anything. I think I'm splitting on a space maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we are up and running. Let me refresh. We're gonna, let's see. Let's refresh some caches here. I'm gonna refresh the drone game. We'll lose that music. There's a refresh of that. Scroll overlay, refresh. And did I get them all? Dragon front overlay. I think I got that, but just in case, there's the refresh of that. Okay. Suppress fanfare. Thanks, Will Bennett. Let's try CR issue. Feature suggestion. Smarter duplicate line. So if I hit that, is that going to send my email out? Let's see what my email comes in as now. There it is. Nice. It is. Cool. 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 Now, let's try the start piece. This is not bad. No need for a 2019 preview to use .NET Core and WPF. You just set it to run Preview SDK in Tools Options. Oh, really? All right, let's try this. Hold on a second. I want to do CR issue start here. So this is my new start time. So I just did that. And next, so I want to wait a little bit. And then I want to report a CR issue after a bit. I suppose I could do it now and we get some duration of a few seconds. And let's do it. And so now let's look for my email and see if we have the duration line in there now, which is what I'm expecting. did not get an email. There it is, right there. Okay. Here it comes. All right, not bad. Okay. You know, maybe we got a few too many of those right there. We can fix that in the email. We can fix that pretty quickly. But that's kind of cool. So now it gives me a link to the start of it. Wait, is it doing that or not? No. We need to change this. That's the link to the end, not the beginning. We need to make it point to the beginning. So let me do that one again. Copy, paste. There it is right there. And we need to do this. We need to do this right here at the beginning. And then what we need to do is come down here and say, if this is the case, then we need to say start time URL, like that. Yeah. Like that. So that's going to be our show URL, show start URL. Let's change that to show start URL, like that. And maybe let's just break this. Let's split that from its declaration and then take that, and we're going to come down here, else it, and maybe come up here and swap these, reverse the conditionals there, and clear that. Okay. So if the show start time is null, then we're going to say it's equal to the current time. Otherwise, we're going to set it equal to, we already marked a start time for this issue. Okay, cool. And now if we run it, and we check email, here it is. And so now we've got, did I do that right? I don't see the duration, so it looks like I did not do that. Hold on. Yeah, Willman is suggesting a format in the chat room there that I'm okay with that. I'm not a huge fan of the quotes because they're extra work to type, but maybe I could compromise with just a single quote on there. Yeah, whether we send the log files or not. Yeah, I'm with you. Optional pieces are there. Yeah, that's true. I also don't have to do the quotes. Anything that starts with a dash is a command, and then whatever's afterwards without the quotes at all. I like that too. Yeah, because everything else is based on audio, so it's not bad. Okay. Looks like I need to initialize data. I've got some text on the screen here. Let's send the initialization across. That worked. Yeah, I'm liking that. I think I'm liking that. Let's do that. But if I do it with quotes, though, the code is easier, I think. So there's that to think about as well. Oh, I also wanted to fix the duration string over here. Whoops, not there. Here. All right. So that's going to be wrong in this email. Serial visual debugging is really helping me out at work. It's a great feature, says Codebase Alpha. Been finding that the last few days on my unit project code. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we worked really hard on that, getting the visual debugging to work really well. And I think we've had a number of folks give us similar feedback to that, that it's kind of a surprise to see, and it is, and it's helpful. So let's look at the Mark CodeRush issue. So here we are here. This is where we need to do that code to check out what's going on there with the command here. So let's try this. CR issue dash log dash check perf, for example, like that. And so we'll say that. So now we're going to come in here. And then we also have this really cool command.argument as, where's my windows here? My watch windows, there they are. Command dot arguments is list. Let's just try 0. There's log. What's 1? Check. Yeah. Let's run it. Let's do a revision of that, putting it in quotes. Check perf is out again. Now am I going to get 2 of these? Yeah, look at that. Check perf is the second one. Okay, so let's do this. Call this arg. By the way, if you're new to CodeRush, all I did was to get this line of code, all I did is I copied this list to the clipboard and I typed in FE for each, like that. And it knew that this is a string, is what it knew. It went and checked that. So CodeRush helped me out with that, generating that. Okay, so for each argument inside of there, we're going to say, hey, look, if arg dot starts with the dash, like that, then we're going to do like a handle oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to pass this off to something else or not. Let's do something. Maybe we'll do this. We'll say, hey, look, if arg is equal to log, then we're going to say log files. Send log files. Okay, and then we're going to come down here. We're going to say set it true. And that's like the only command we're going to do for now, so we'll just do that. Then we're going to come down in here. We're going to come down here, choose add parameter. Am I running? Visual Studio is not going to like this. So we'll just kill all of it. And I was going to say kill it before it gives me the purple underline, but it gave me the purple underline. Attach log files is maybe what we should be really calling this. Okay, so there's my attached log files. And then we're going to come down here, VS message is equal to that. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to say, hey, else if arg dot starts with a quote there, or arg dot starts with I don't know, am I liking what I'm doing here or not? If the arg starts with either of those, then we're going to say message is equal to arg dot maybe trim start an array of characters. No, I do not want that. I want it to be an array of characters. Okay, term start. And message is now equal to message.trimEnd. Or no, we will just do this, .trimEnd. Like this. Okay, so that's message. And then we're going to pass in message here, like that. I don't think trim is going to take out the quotes. But I'm happy to do a trim at the end of this whole thing, I suppose. Or at the beginning, actually. args.trim. Removes all leading and trailing white space characters from the current string. There's an overload, though. What's the overload? All right, that's what we do. That's what I think you were saying. Well, okay, like that. And let's go ahead and throw in, should we throw in the spaces as well? I don't know. I think we'll keep it. Yeah, it doesn't have an overload for the chars too? It does, absolutely. Okay, so oh, you know what? I shouldn't have started. Let me see if I can cancel this. Because I want to add some code. Can I do this with over here in this space here with the .NET Core? I'm like so like. Okay, let's see here. Is there manage NuGet? Is there no manage NuGet here? Is that because are we? Oh, it thinks we're still running. Sorry. Stop debugging. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I thought I had stopped debugging. So I was like, wait, why am I not seeing the menu here? All right, I want to look in here for zip, something that will allow me to zip up files. Okay, so let's try to install this. Oops, should have paid it. I thought you were adding a reference. Haha, it says Codeman Codes. All right, no worries. I was still a little bit lost. All right, so we've got the ziplib inside of here. Let's go over in here. I'm not sure how to reference that at this point. What do we have here? C# code, C# ziplib. That's it right there. All right, cool. And then now what do we got here? Compression. Dot deflator. Is there something in here fast? Fast zip.
Sissy, right now I'm putting my backpack away. What?
All right, let's go look up how to use this sharp ziplib. Cool. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at right there. All right, so we want something along those lines. Let's throw this in here and just see what we need to get it to compile. Okay. Stream utils, is that something this person? Oh, look at that. Okay. So let's look at this code. So this is going to take a list of files. So let's change this to attach files maybe. Or zip files maybe is what we're going to call that. Zip files. And I'm not sure what the folder offset is. What is that? I think this is for recursively going through there, but I'm not entirely certain there. Enter name is filename dot substring. Oh, wait. Folder offset. I think folder offset is how big the folder name is what I think is going on. The enter name based on the folder. Let's go look at where folder offset is, what we're using over here with this compress folder. Do we have a sample of using this? Folder offset, folder name length. Interesting. So it's just, is there something this lib gives you that system.io compression doesn't? That was probably what I needed at the beginning. I forgot that we had that in there. Let's back up and get out of here because I think you're right. There's probably nothing in there, and I forgot that was part of I think .NET Framework right now. So so let me undo this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the package manager. Let's uninstall it. We'll back everything up. No, I don't think there's anything it gave me other than it just like I was thinking, oh, I need to do zip, so let's go to let's go grab it. Manage NuGet packages. I just want to, and I thought, well, I want to have this ready to go for edit and continue. Okay, C# lib is now out and uninstalled. Let's go back in and try to do this whole thing again with system.io compression. So here we go. We'll go back down. Which I've also not used in a long time, so I'm going to have to look that up. Okay, let's add system.io compression up here, and then we'll run. Let's set a breakpoint there, I think. And the other thing, though, that we need to do, we might want to do before we start, because we might need to change it, is email We want to say attachments, I think, somewhere inside of here. Message dot attachments. Nice. What do we do here? Add. And what's coming in here? New attachment. And what does it need as a parameter? A file name. Like that. All right, so let's do a couple things. Let's do set a break marker there. Come up here, create a new variable of type string that's an array. Like that, call it attached files. Come back down over here, do that same kind of FE for each right there. And this is going to be an attached file. And down in here, we're going to do this, like that. And I think that's all we have to do. So that's going to add all our attachments. Let's do, if that's not null, then we're going to do that. Set it equal to null by default. And then back up here in email. I think we're good. Now I think we can run. Let's try that. Codeman Codes, thank you for that. Yeah, I forgot about it. Fred's liking it so far. Starting up. Meanwhile, I'm going to come in here, go into support, go into the settings would be another option as well, to whether we want to send the settings or not. Thanks, Will. Usually don't want to pass null collections. I was just making this null because I didn't want to change anything here yet. But I would agree with you. So anyway, let's go back over here. CodeRush support, CodeRush logs. All right, there are the logs right there. So basically I want to take all of these, create a new zip file in the same folder, give it a name that makes sense, and then attach it, is what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Okay, so let's do that, I think right now. Let's send out, well actually before we do that, let's refresh our drone game. Get that going at least, and the Dragonfront overlay, let's refresh that. And let's get some music playing. All right, music started. Let's send the CR issue. There it is. Didn't specify attached log files, so we'll need to maybe do that again. But basically, I want something along these lines. Oh, I do want to do this. Let the adventure begin. Round one, fight. All right. And yeah, I really want to add another parameter there, but I'm kind of screwed doing this edit and continue. So I won't do that here, but I will get in here. We'll get that, we'll run it until we get in here. And then basically I want to come down here and say, hey, look, if attached log files is true, then we want to come in and do something. I'm going to sort of just run it and keep going, set a breakpoint there, give the command one more time. Dash log, log file test. like that. All right, here we go. So now we've got a lot attached log files is true. That's our path. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this. I don't remember something like get files, enumerate files. Is that the best way to do this? I think let's see what happens. Nope. All right, let's run it and get that drawn out. Oh, disconnected because of the exception? Wow. Not happy. AJ2 2017. Get the music still playing. Why don't I see AJ 2017 strong? Oh, now coming in. Interesting. Can I come back here or not? Yep, you're flying. But I am not coming back. I think the exception killed the Mr. Announcer bot. So let's get some sample code. That's going to be faster. I was going to try and fight my way through that. So we're going to say C# enumerate files. Copper Beardy's here. Still, I guess. Still with us. Oh, path and then search pattern. That's what I think it wants. Okay. So I think we're going to have to restart it again, right? Because we're not getting a breakpoint. Just double. Yeah, it's killed. It's dead. All right. So let's kill everything. Okay, let's fix the also over here VB attach settings files like that. Okay, so now we got the settings files out there. Enumerate files. There's the search pattern. So I think what it's looking for is this and then this. That's what I think we have to do. Let's see if we get any better. Let's also select this, hit the letter C, so CodeRushed builds a try catch for us there. So in case we do throw an exception, we don't shut us down and disconnect us. Renee A77 is here too. Good to see you, Renee A77. Fingers crossed. Can't afford to lose my drone coins. I think you're going to lose them. Thanks, Will, with suppressed fanfare as well. I got to get a button for that, I think. All right. Let's grab my CR issue log. Pass it in. Here it comes. There's breakpoint 1. There's breakpoint 2. There's log files. That feels better. Okay, let's go enumerate those. For each file in log files, Set a breakpoint there. Really? Edit and continue? It's going to mess with me. Can we get back in? I think we can get back in with one more a repeat of the test. Let's try again. Here's the test. Oops. Okay. One more time. What's my file name? Not going to show me. Not going to tell me. Unable to evaluate. Come on. You can do it. You know you can do it. All right. We're going to try to compress it. It is, did I get the code out? Looks like I think I lost that page. Let's go find that code and we'll come back. Breakpoint there. Just checking to see how many times I hit the breakpoint. I think it's about 10 files out there, 10 log files. It's about 10. Okay, that part's cool. All right, system.io to compression. I think we just need, it's as simple as that. Add a file to an existing zip. Codeman Code says, not sure you had a list of files like that. Maybe saves the archives in different directories so you have, all you have to do is create from directory. Yeah, I could, but sometimes I do, I go out and sometimes I do something like this. I just manually come out and zip them all up and I put them right here and attach them. So I'll just take all these and I'll just, do something like this. Add to archive or compress or whatever, something along those lines. So yeah, I think it's send to zip is what I often do. Compress zip folder. And so it just puts it right here. So I don't want to compress the zip folder is what I want to do. And I don't mind adding it here with its own zip extension. So I'm okay with that as well. The thing is this example here is doing a create from directory start path. I wonder if create from directory could take a star.log in it though. Let's try. Let's see if that works. Instead of doing this, let's set a breakpoint here because it could simplify the code too. See what happens. No, did it get me? File name is incorrect. It's too bad. It looks like I cannot do that. Yeah, I'm looking through the overloads right now. Well, so, okay, we're going to run it. So that didn't work. I think it's just a matter of finding better sample code here. System IO compression, C#, adding multiple files. Let's see what we get. That's what I'm looking for. That looks better. All right. So to get a good name on this, I think, but let's see what happens now if we do this and we step through it. Whoa, didn't even like that. All logs already exist. Okay. All right. Does open have an option to... Is there a create or there's an update? I don't like that. All right. Should we delete? I think we could we delete? I think it's fair to say, it's relatively fair to say we could delete. We could also create a new, get a temp file name, which I also haven't done in a while. So let's grab that. C#, get a unique file name. Set the file name to all logs at datetime.zip. Yeah, okay. I guess I could do that. All right, so let's do this. So this is going to be our that way, if you needed to go back and find the zip file. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. And we've got a start time URL. We could use the show start URL, actually, as the zip file name, I think. Or no, wait, that's going to have, we don't want that. We want the... All right, let's just do this. We'll just go to a date time now, the current time on there to add to it. So we're going to come in here. Yes, we're going to say the file name, zip file name. Could create a random good. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I like I was just gonna like do 1, 2, 3, 4 or something like that. I've done that in the past, and yeah, I just don't want to get crazy messy. I like this better. I'm going with with the duration from the response. I don't think I have access to the duration here, though, in terms of what's being passed in. So I would have to kind of pass that in. Just the, the duration you'd have to do the show. What is in that? The show time URL, start time URL is actually really kind of interesting here. It is, I just want the last part in it without the question mark and without the equals. I want those numbers is what I think I want. And I think I can probably get that easiest by just parsing it is what I think I want to do. What happens can I quickly extract the path from this? Oh, because we're in the, where are we? Because we're in an exception? Oh, okay. Let's get out of the exception and now come up here. What do we got now? Are we not evaluating anymore? Did I lose my, unable to evaluate this expression? Can you do that for me? Yeah, look at that. Okay. So now I've got that, and now I want to take out the question mark, the t equals at the end of it. So that was a quick way to give me that. And then let's do this. Like that. Get temp name is what Renee77 is talking about there. Okay, yeah, let's do that. And index of that. Let's generate a local for that. And just like that. And say if query position is greater than or equal to 0, then we're going to say zip file name is equal to zip file name dot. Is there a replace, remove? What's that? Nice. So we're going to say query position, comma 3. Like that. So let's try that now. Can we do this? 1, 2. Yeah, we're just not. Edit and continue is like, no, thank you. And then we've got zip file name. Path combine, path, comma, zip file name. That's what we're looking at there. Is this even going to work? It looks like edit and continue is all like doesn't know where we are. I have a feeling the code is right, but I don't think edit and continue is going to work here. Try one more time if we can go in there. Now we got values. Uh-oh, unable to evaluate. Yeah, not good. And we're over here. All right, let's kill it so we can regain edit continue. I am in the preview version of Visual Studio, if that's any consolation. In fact, let's kill the preview and open up in the full-on regular version of Visual Studio. Got a bunch of windows. Going to close these down. All right. Here comes the run. Okay, there's the suppressed fanfare. Here comes the CodeRush issue test. All right, now what do we got? Something better, I hope. Here's my zip file name. True. There's my zip file name. Oh, but it doesn't have the dot, the extension on it. Zip file name plus equals dot zip. Like that. There's some really scary lizard on the screen, the one with the red shirt and glasses. Thanks a lot, WorldWake. Thanks so much. Keep the seconds. Wait, what? It kept the seconds? I wanted it to keep the seconds on the file name. I'm totally cool with that. So did I grab it? Wait, did I change it? I didn't change the zip file name. So I think we're going to get something without an extension this time. Let's see what happens here. There it is right there. Okay, so cool. Let's delete it. Why didn't it delete though? Is the question. I called dispose on it. I kept the ID. I wanted the ID. Codeman Codes. I wanted the ID of the show on there. So I basically wanted to have the log files associated with the issue. I was totally like, yeah, I'm good with all of that in terms of this. The idea, the only thing is I think I want to put an underscore or something between those two. So I'm going to have to change the code a little bit because I just realized that 2 hours it's ambiguous in terms of how far in. All right, let's send it again. Send the issue again. What's curious to me is I'm not able to delete. Oh, okay. Thought you were just going for the duration. Yeah, no, I was like kind of thinking about it, and I was like, could go with the duration, but yeah, no, I like the show ID on there, is what I like. So, but instead of doing a remove, we're gonna have to do this something different. We're gonna have to say substring going from 0 to query position. I think -1. Right, the link, the query position, no, that should take it to there, plus underscore, plus this whole thing, starting at query position +3, I think, maybe +4. Let's see what we get here for the zip file name. And now we go to show start URL is 2 hours, 44 minutes, 8 seconds. Zip file name is 2 hours, 44 minutes, 8 seconds. Good. Plus the zip. There's the .zip where we can see CodeRush's debug visualizer showing us that value. So now I think we got a shot at this. I don't have, it just occurred to me, don't have a breakpoint on exception. We might be getting an exception here, which is can I delete this now? Okay, I can. All right, cool. Now let's open this up and look at that. Uh-oh. It's denied. Why would you deny me that? It's still denying me. Access to the compressed zip folder is denied. Internet, what do you have to say about that? That doesn't make sense to me at all. It says it's open in .NET Core host. That may be why I also cannot delete it. Or at least couldn't delete the other one for a while. Can I delete it now? Are you still in the code block? I'm running. Try copy, then open. Yeah, Will had the same idea as I did. Make a copy, then open. I couldn't even copy it. Hold on a second. Let's say no a second. One more time. Nope, definitely not there. Copy to logs. Can't be completed. This folder is open. I can't. The folder. I would assume, excuse me, that this zip.dispose call right here in the code would have solved that. But that did not happen. File handled, not garbage collected yet? That would be crazy. You disposed already? Yeah, I disposed, BloodCon. Right there, zip.dispose. That's the call. I've not set a breakpoint on that to verify that, but we can certainly do that. Let's make the call one more time and step through, make sure we're not getting an exception, because, you know, that could maybe explain what's going on. Using statement instead of dispose, you may have had an exception and skipped the dispose. Yeah, I'm like totally with you on that. That's a great suggestion, Will. Let's do that. That's going to solve this, I think. Here, let's send the command out. See what happens now. There's our new one. And can I open it? I can open it now. Can I open this? Cannot. So something went wrong here. Maybe an exception, I don't know. And I can't delete it either. I can only delete the one, I bet. Okay. Let's try setting a breakpoint on that exception, see what's happening here when I do this. Darn power went out, says Copper Beardy. I'm glad mine is good still. One more time, we're in here. Let's run. Do we get an exception? We do. Cannot access the file. Oh. Is that because it's the current log of 124208? Or is that because of another problem that happened before? 124208, that's the most modified one. Can I, if I copy this in, try and drag it in? That looked like it worked. So what's going on? Why is it I can't borrow that file? Compress entry from file. I think we'll have to look this up. Let's try one more time. Let's get that exception again. Cannot access the file because it's being used by another process. Do you have a mark that's hogging all the power by streaming using a supercomputer on your block too? Hey, chill with that supercomputer talk, man. This thing is getting old. It's actually, yeah, no, it's awesome, man. I'm actually super happy with everything that's going. By the way, with regards to Fred over here, so Fred's for the Dungeons and Dragons show. Right now he's a loop. He's about a minute long. But he's following that kind of, some of that research that I did in how to make something not be identifiable. So he's moving slowly, right? And he kind of goes from one place to another. The stuff on he was composited from a number of pieces, including the arrows on his back and the bow are just graphic images that are slightly animated and moved a bit. When he lifts his head, you'll see it in like about 20 seconds. Here's the lift right there. Watch the arrows just adjust a bit. Those are just bitmaps being moved a little bit right there to make the whole thing look cool. Yeah, and so it's just like a composite of a number of different pieces. My favorite thing on this whole thing is the sweatshirt that's in the background was a hacker that I got a composite video of a hacker piece, just all standalone. But the hacker's shoulders were much thinner, not broad like that, and down like this. And I used a mesh warp to broaden the shoulders and make them look more like a fighter. So it's very funny that hackers are stereotyped as being skinny. Yeah, Cover Beauty says, Worldwide Gas, is the operating system hogging the file handle? Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't understand. This, I can come in and drag it in to one of these, and it says, hey, yeah, you've got it. Yeah, let's copy and replace it, put it in there. No problem. Let's delete these. Well, yeah, I'm here. I'm in the exception, and I couldn't do it. I'm going to just run to continue that. We'll get rid of Fred here for a second here. See if we can play some music see how long we can get some music up here. I think I also want to put my try catch in here because this is where the problem is, so I can keep going with the other files. Let's do... Here's my title. Yeah, we'll set a breakpoint here and we'll change our try catch to another location. And let's trigger. And let's wrap try catch around this line right here. And let's do this, title plus equals let's do that. And let's set a breakpoint here. Let's clear that. Debugger's unable to evaluate. Debugger doesn't like it. Yeah, debugger's not liking my edit and continue here. That now means, by the way, we haven't checked mail in a while. Oh yeah. Here's my mail, by the way. So those are all there. Let's look at the last ones here. I see no attachment though. That came in 2 minutes ago. Why don't I get a new one, though, for this email? Did we get an exception here? Set a breakpoint there. I bet we're getting a second exception here. Let's try one more time. And wait, what's this exception? Oh, that already exists? Okay, we need to wait a second, really? 42, or did the command come in twice? I wonder if the command hit twice, because I've got 2 or more of the Mr. Announcer bots up and running. I do. I think that, well, it did say that one suppress any key to close it, so I'm not sure if that's the case or not. So I'm not getting an exception here. Sending the attachments. The attachments are not coming in now. Also, oh, wait. Title and, hold on. I want to change this up a bit. Let's do one more time. Like that, I think. All right. Oh, right. Good suggestion, Codeman Codes. Replace is better. Yeah, you're right. This is wordy, and I forgot about replace. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, line 562. Did I get a problem in here? 562 needs to pass. Oh, right, attached files. That's my problem. Perfect. Thanks. One more time. This time I think we got a shot at getting the log files going here. Let's fix this. So this is going to be this dot replace. Right? Ah, okay. Yeah, that's way better. Yeah, isn't that funny? It's like, I'm like, oh yeah, I've used this before and it's just not even occurring to me at all. It's so much better. Better, I think. Can I step through this now? Can I see it? It did not. Why did that fail? This doesn't make any sense. So I think this is a problem with the, yeah, it's the debugger and edit and continue is what I think is happening in here. Not in the preview version. It's just not liking those changes. And then I have to pass in the attached files here, the log files, right? What am I doing? The, no, it's the zip file name. And I've got to take this out. Yeah. I want to change the parameter of this. I'm not liking the fine. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Dot yeah, that's getting ugly. Fix that after we get out of it and continue. Okay, looks like we got an attached file, maybe. Let's see if that worked. Waiting for the email to come in. I got the try catch. Oh, but that. Let's try one more time. I'm going to restart everything. I don't see the email coming in. Oh, but check out this email though. Exception attached log. Cannot access the file. Log because it's being used by another processor. This is the same error message that we saw before. Now, I'm wondering if it has to do with the rights in which we are accessing the file. I've seen in the past in dealing with the file system and opening a file, there are like, I think, two ways to do it. One is that you're like, I'm going to really work and use with this file. Another one is I'm just going to kind of, look at it only, and I'm going to open it up in that kind of a way. What's interesting is that if that is the case, then we're seeing kind of this weird thing is happening with the zip here, right? The fact that this, I'm just enumerating, I'm saying create entry from file. That's essentially all I'm doing. This is where I open the file. I wonder if it has to do with, because CodeRush is inside, is that right? No, CodeRush is, I wonder if it's because we're running this from inside Visual Studio, and CodeRush is in Visual Studio, and CodeRush is also locking the file so that the file is okay, WorldWake says theoretical chance. Operating system not flushing everything from the buffers. You can change the parameter. Oh yeah, you're right. Jesus, let's do that for goodness sakes. Yeah, I don't even want to do. I don't even want to do params. Let's do. I want to do something different instead. I want to do a new list of strings. So these are going to be attached files like this. That's going to come up here. We can take a zip file name, put it back inside of here. Like that. And then I want to come down and I want to say zip file name. I think, is it fair to go here or is it fair to do there? Zip, so attached files dot add that. Then I want to change this to that. And all this code should be the same. Like that. To zip open and overload the ticket stream, then you could create the stream manually with the permissions you need. Well, yeah, I think I'm conflating, permissions, read-write permissions with really kind of this. The problem is in here, right? Create entry from file is failing because it's locked. Thanks, Will. Let's kill that right there. Change the login message between files, but I can't find anything. But I'm searching from a phone, says Renee77. Yeah, it's really bizarre, is what it is. I don't quite understand what's happening here. I'm like throwing out a theory that if the lock is coming from the same app as the app that is trying to work with it, it's kind of the theory I'm throwing at. That for some reason, that's the time we get the error. And I don't know. That's my theory. And so the idea is that Mr. AnnouncerBot's running in the VS host. The VS host is out there and is essentially somehow maybe the same idea as what CodeRush is running further. CodeRush is working on that file, which might explain why I can zip and throw it in from from outside of Visual Studio, but I can't do it from inside, which would mean that if that theory were correct, we could, let's start it up and run again. That if we ran a Mr. AnnouncerBot from outside of Visual Studio, which we have the ability to do, that it would not get this exception, it would not lock, and we would be able to get that file. So that's kind of the idea, the theory. All right, let's do the test. Sent the command over. I guess I don't have any breakpoints. Let's see, do I get an email? I don't see the email. Should set a breakpoint here and here. It could have been that I maybe sent it over before Mr. AnnouncerBot was finished loading. Got 2 exceptions. My exception caught pieces are there. Let's go ahead and do this one too. Breakpoints in all my exceptions. No breakpoints hit. Not seeing an email yet. Not seeing that email. Let's do this. Maybe I'm not even getting in here. Try one more time. Not even getting in there. This doesn't look good. This is my Mr. AnnouncerBot. All right, let's try closing down and starting again. Try one more time. All right, here comes the command. So we're here now. Let's just run it. See what we get. We get our, this is our exception, that same one right here. We give one other one. Uh-oh, we got another one. What's our exception here? Could not find, oh. Why is it looking for the zip file there? Oh, it's only got the zip file name. All right, okay. So that's going to be a problem we need to solve. Add zip file name. This is going to be path.combine. Path zip file name. All right, so we need a breakpoint about here is what we need. All right, one more time. And then full zip file name right here. Oh, wait. Full path to zip file, sorry, right there. I want to add that here. All right, so let's try running now. Got an exception here. Shoot, I didn't look at it in time to see what it was. Let's try again. Okay. That process being used by another process. This time, no other exceptions caught. Let's go look over here. There's my email coming in. No. Oh, hold on. There it is. Okay. Finally. There it is. It's got the zip file attached, so it's got everything but that one. So also, it looks like the title, somehow we lost the title. Yeah, we seem to have lost the title. See if we can get that back and figure out what's going on with that. So there are those, yeah, I'm totally happy with that as a file name right there. So those are the log files. I think I want to maybe add the word log files to that. So let's fix that and change that up. Let's maybe do it there. And what is going on with title? Why is title coming in as an empty string? Oh, here's my problem. It's there. Okay. Let's do it one more time. Here comes the test. Getting closer. This doesn't need to be, or was that my problem or not? If I have an else, yeah, that would never be true because I haven't specified settings. So let's set a breakpoint here and see if we get in here like I'm expecting. Uh-oh, I'm not. Oh, it doesn't start with it. It strips out. Okay, so let's change this to else that else. It looks like we don't even need to do that. So I'm just going to say message is equal to this. It's equal to arg. Let's see if we can get at it and continue to like that code. So there's the log file piece. It says it, I think this, yeah, this is that end and continue problem that we've seen before.
Is in the house.
Certainly, it doesn't matter that the function is async. I think it matters from a standpoint of hold on. I want to say zip file name is equal to all log files. I think it might have something log files, CodeRush log files. CodeRush log files underscore that plus zip file name there. So that's what I want to change it to. What do we got? Cannot be null. Okay, I think that's going to, I think if we try one more time, we might be better. Suppress fanfare. Okay, we get that one. What's this one? We got an exception, but it's not telling us what it is. Can I quick watch it? Nope. Cannot. This is maybe a restart. This is just static. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm having problems with that. It didn't continue. Let's see if this fixes it at all. If I do that, and one more time, let's send out the that file name already exists. Is that because do I have two Mr. Announcer bots up? No, I don't see a second one. Okay, so why did this get called twice? Oh, did I do it twice in a row? Is that maybe what happened? I can't quite tell on the time on that. Already exists, and that's the one I really want to check right there. Let's try one more time. Okay, got that one. No, it's not telling me the error message. What do I got in my email? Hold on, here we go. It's not fixing the title. I have breakpoint here and here. Oh, it's not letting me say a breakpoint there. Okay. All right, let's kill everything. Yeah, it looks like my edit and continue is host today. Start again. Okay. What's my message? Log file test. That's cool. Okay, run. Set a breakpoint here. Run. Now we're going into email. Titles log file test. Why would we not see that? CodeRush issue log file test. Log file test, it's got it there too. Sending the message. Do we get an exception or not? Looks like we're good. All right, let's see what's happening. We're just having a problem with the compiler wasn't getting it. That was it, apparently. Here you go. So now we're, whoops, excuse me. Now we're here. So there, we've got our exception for this. Still, not sure what the deal is with that. But it's not bad, it looks like. With the link to this, which should be that moment in time just before we started. I'm not sure how quickly it's going to be able to work here. That looks like it's working. Yeah. Okay, run. Set a breakpoint here. All right, so yeah, it looks like I didn't continue. Was just messing with us and making it harder to do what we wanted to do. But now that that is good, all right. So now that that's working, let's do just a couple things here. One, let's refresh the cache on the drone game. Let's get some music here. Let's go see who we can send you guys off to. Who are we following that is broadcasting now? Michael Jolly is out there. go send you Michael Jolly. Kids, thanks so much for staying with us today and helping us get through all this. I really appreciate everybody's collective efforts. Nice way to end the show, Legendary Moo. Thanks. Legendary Moo says, I think this will really turn out to be helpful. I think you're right. I think it will turn out to be helpful. And I think we'll just be able to improve it. So looks like this has worked. New file stream. Let's see that file share read write. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. You know what? I'm raiding you. Let me cancel the raid. Hold on. We're canceling the raid. I'm not leaving yet, Will. I'm going to try what you got here. Let's go try this out. I want to see if we can get that last file in there. So creating entry from file. Hold on. New file stream. Wait, where am I using that? That's just like a reference to what I was saying before. Yeah, it doesn't take a stream. Okay. Fine. Legendary Moose says going out with a bang, but you know. I was going to use it. I was going to go be all over that. All right, we're going to have to look up that problem. Create entry from file. Figure that out. I am going to raid you guys. I'm going to send you guys over to Michael Jolly. I'm not going to cancel that raid. I'm going to reinstate that raid. And I'm going to look at, did I cancel this? I did. Let's just, what the heck? What is going on here? Create entry from stream? Is there something like that out there? No, create entry. Yeah, I'm going to have to, let's do one quick check here. Yeah, I think you're right. What's crazy to me is why wouldn't they do it in a way that would allow it to be kind of a shared read access to it? Create entry from file. Access denied, I guess, is what I'm looking for. All right. This is not. I don't think this is the problem either. Yeah, this is not our problem. Oh, this feels good. 11 other folks. What? Eleven other people had this problem? All right, I'm going to do more research on this outside the stream. We'll try to figure this out, figure out what's going on. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. We're going to now restart our raid of the Michael Jolly. We'll try to figure that out maybe tomorrow. See what's going on with the with that zip file, adding the zip files. Yeah, I'm like kind of stunned and blown away that that's happening. All right, we'll send you over to Michael Jolly right about 4, 3, 2, 1 now.